Good morning, dear students. Today's our next topic. It is Directive Principle of State Policy or DPSP. That means it is a positive responsibility or positive obligation on the state. That means, as we mentioned in earlier in our fundamental rights session, state cannot discriminate on the basis of gender, caste, religion, creed, place of birth. But in case of DPSP, we are study in ongoing or further in this session. State can discriminate on the basis of gender, like we know about many policies of the government which is especially for the women. So it is a kind of discrimination, but it is a positive discrimination. Okay, so let's begin with DPSP principle. Directive principle of the state have been incorporated in the chapter 4th of the Constitution. Chapter 4th, that means it is mentioned in part 3 and part 4 of the Constitution. The objective of directive principle of state policy is to guide the present and future. Present and future means like in 2020s our need is different, but in case of 2056 our need is different. At the time of independent our woman is more restricted, more that means she doesn't have any types of freedom in case of official work, in case of workforce. But today has comparison to 1956 to 2020 has more freedom in case of a job, in case of pink collar job, in case of education, in any sector. Okay, so it is required for future best possible. Okay, so future is a broader view than present, because present is need always different from the future. That means it is a guiding principle. Okay, so directive principle is a very helpful for the any government or any government scheme. They help to put up a futuristic thought or visionary view, as we can say. Okay, central and state government in the policy making in various policy related field. Okay, as we mentioned, these principles are directive. Directive means it is a provide input. That means you keep in this thing which is mentioned in DPSP, you keep this thing in mind and then make policies, because it is a very necessary for the overall development of the nation of the India. Because India is a very huge country, as you know, and very veracity and very diversity in even our community, even our gender, even our caste has various. Even within caste we see many types of differences. Like if one caste we pick up as an example, like Brahmanas also have subcategory. Brahman, high caste of Brahman, low caste of Brahman. In another caste also have this type of variation. So to restrict this type of variation and create more opportunity for all the people and provide equality, directive principle is very necessary. Okay, so the state is not bound to fulfill them, but state is not bound. Notice this point, not bound means if state has resources, if state has in power to make this type of law, so it can be. But if state has not power, state has not resources is money, facilities, or any technology or any types of responsibility, so it cannot. Okay, so but it's moral responsibility of the state to keep this principle in the center for framing any policy. That means before framing any policy you keep this thing in a mind, then make any law. The main objective of the principle is to see that any political, social and economic justice should be available to all. You know, in our society everyone, in today even we not see everyone to all. Like every person had not equal opportunity. If poor people has in a society, they cannot afford many things, like AC cannot afford, internet cannot afford, TV cannot afford, so it is deprived from this facility. Deprived means different from this facility. It is very necessary thing for rich people, but for him necessary thing is food, shelter, cloth. Okay, so as we know, so to keep in this thing mind, political division, economic division, we need to incorporate all those things and create a equalitarian society in India. Okay, such a social structure should be established for the fulfillment of the objective, aim and principles serve as a guideline. Okay, there is no provision in the constitution to implement these principles of law. These fundamental principles do not provide any legal support or legal right. As we mentioned in fundamental right, if fundamental right is violated in any case of the individual by the state, so you can go Supreme Court, you can go High Court, but in case of violative of the DPSP, you cannot go any court, because state can forwardly say we have no resources, we have no facilities, or we have not any type of mechanically or engineering support or technological support to implement those things. So state can deny these things. So for the DPSP you cannot go to the court. That means remedy is not available for the DPSP implementation. Okay, then also the framing and administration of law of the state, these are fundamentals. But despite all these things, you cannot go court, you cannot demand to the government to implement those things. But despite all these things, if any government which has a power, BJP, Congress, Aam Aadmi, any party has power in a center or in a state to keep this thing in mind before framing the law. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, you know this personality very well. Even this person is ideal for 100,000 and millions of the people. He is a person which is more justiciable and more forward thinking, more visionary, and they discarded our caste based discrimination, and because of him we enjoy many types of equality in case of poor category, in case of Dalit category, in case of women also. So this personality is very important for the Indian independent today, because we are independent that time from the Britishes, but today even we are not independent from our orthodox thought means old thoughts, which is bound by our community thought, our caste based discrimination thought, etc. Okay, to rule the regime, these principles are the foundation. It means an attempt to establish political democracy in our constitution. Political democracy is incomplete without social and economic democracy. Like you know, our even 2019 parliament member, almost they are crorepati. Okay, crorepati means many people's which is representative our election, they are not belong to poor category. If they are not belong to poor category, how can they ensure what is the demand, what is the problem in the poor category, those people face which kind of deprivation, which kind of problem, which kind of discrimination, they cannot observe this thing. So to ensure this political justice need to incorporate social and economic democracy. Social and economic democracy means provide them more opportunity, provide them affirmative action by the state. So we can ensure political democracy with social and economic democracy. Okay. The Indian Constitution has included directive principle of state policy in the 4th section of the amendment. This kind of country that we want to create, the kind of society we want to construct. That means directive principle is a vision. Vision means we want to this type of country, and to construct this type of country we require these things in form of input. In form of input like we want equal opportunity for all. We want to create we want to alleviate, that means ended poverty in by our society or from India. So it is our vision. That vision is reflected in the directive principle. The directive principle are actually direction give in the constitution the union and state government to adopt such policy that would help to establish an unbiased society. Unbiased means no favor, no discrimination. No favor, no discrimination. Okay. Establish in our society. The primary aim of this principle is to establish social system based on social, economic and political justice. It is already explained in upper paragraph. These principles are about the implementation of the objective and ideals presented in the preamble. We know about preamble, so today and this topic we need not to mention. If you want to discuss about you want to see about preamble, so you can refer previous videos. These principles are not included in the Constitution of India. These principles do not serve legal right or legal backing or legal utilization. It is a very important sentence in your directive principle of state policy. That means legal utilization, legal backing, you cannot go to the court for the implementation of the DPSP. For proper administration of the state, these principles are channelized. These principles incorporated such rights as are required for overall development of mankind. Mankind included all person which is live on the planet. That means especially for India and Indian citizen. Okay. The directive principles are divided into various sections. First is principle related to economic policy. What you understand about economic policy? Economic policy is such, you know about everything is dependent on the, everything is not we say, but 99% is dependent on economy. As you know, government is money and money is government, because without money no government, without government no money. So to implement this policy require money, and to require money and need to distribute, because you know Ambani, Adani, they has more money, but in almost 85% of the Indian citizen deprived from this money, this wealth and this type of facility that they have. So we need to incorporate, we need to facilitate, we need to distribute this wealth to all other section of the society. Okay. For the modification of economic policy, there are certain principles which are given below. Equal distribution of wealth resources among all classes for the welfare of the citizen. Welfare means good things, for larger good. Okay. Sorry. Larger good of the citizen means equal distribution. No, anyone not become a rich, anyone not become a poor. That means we need to fulfill the gap between poor and rich. Okay. It is a first objective of the principle related to economic policy. Second, asset and production of resources should not be distributed to certain group or section. This should be administered by the state. That means if any mineral is present in Nagaland, okay, as an example, Nagaland or Odisha, any state, so this resources need not to distribute in one section or only rich section or any special type of section. For these resources need to distribute among all others which is lived in those area, which is, that means it is a communal responsibility of the state to distribute all resources in among all of the citizens, even between them which is not belong to those states, because we need many type of resources like coal, water. As you know, Rajasthan is a very desert condition, they people live, but we need to distribute water in those areas because water is very necessary thing, and our state need to distribute water in those areas. Okay. Equal pay for equal work, both men and women, self-explanatory. Provision for good health for labor working at place should be created. Means any labor which is not already to be exploited. That means you any company which is employed some employee, so this labor need to ensure some type of remedy, some type of insurance, some types of pay which is necessary for building this person development as a their children can develop and create a better society. So we need to develop our poor section. Main focus is poor section and Dalits and women because they are deprived historically. Okay, because of financial constraint, the men, women, young children working at unhygienic. This term now you better understand because of COVID-19. You know about hygiene. Hygiene means clean, clear. Okay. Where health matter are restored should not be allowed to happen. That means you any hazardous company that's related to chemical or X-ray, as you know. So we need to adopt some measures to reduce these effect. Okay. So moving to the next topic.